So where did the name Abundant Life come from? Um, abundant life is what Jesus said that he came to give us. So John 10:10 says that the devil came to steal and destroy, and Jesus comes is to bring us life and life abundantly. Um, I've often thought about this with my patients and what does that look like, because I've seen a lot of chronically ill, acute ill people at all ages, right? I've seen kids, I've seen adults, I've seen the elderly, and it's like, oh, what does an abundant life look like when you're faced with pain and suffering and heartache and all of the painful things that come with these disease processes? So when it's like he came, he says, he brings us abundant life. I think that's love and joy and peace and all the fruits of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control, right? Grace, his mercy. All of these things are part of the abundant life that he gives us. But I didn't know what that looks like for the ill. So I just had a friend to share this beautiful thing that her would-be mother-in-law wrote. Her mother-in-law, the woman who would be her mother-in-law, passed away when she was in her 40s from cancer. And she wrote this shortly before she died. So she said, requisites for a full life. And full is another word for abundant, right? Requisites for a full life. Health, to make work a pleasure. Strength enough to battle the difficulties and overcome them. Wealth enough to support your needs. Grace enough to confess your sins and forsake them. Patience enough to toil until some good is accomplished. Charity enough to see some good in your neighbor. Faith enough to make real the things of God. And hope enough to remove all fears concerning the future. So again, that's written by a woman shortly before she passes. And I think, an abundant life looks different for everyone. So it's like, for the woman, the elderly woman who has dementia, what does health enough to make work a pleasure look like? Well, did she love to bake, or did she love to write cards, or did she love to color? Well, can someone come alongside her and help her with those things? And I think that, towards the end of life, to kind of be able to look back and to preserve memories, it helps you want to appreciate the fullness and the abundance of life, and also just to see how abundant life is and was, and the richness in that. So I think working as a private healthcare advocate, those are things that I pray for and hope for my patients, and do what I will be able to do to help them obtain those things. So that's why abundant life. That's why I'm here to help live life to the fullest, even in the throes of a disease process, because the Lord promises us a lot of things, and unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, health isn't one of those things. So I think we can live our best lives even in that. So that's what we're here to help provide.